really grinds my gears.
So, we're going to go over some of these things that y'all saw in those other videos that I have that y'all just have problems with understanding, and see if y'all can grasp some of these things. So, y'all said that NSYNC only had to work with the shield. I've had a build like this right here, minus the chest piece, that worked to where I can get this thing down to 5 seconds and still get NSYNC out. Yeah, I might lose a lot of damage in different places, but with these two weapons right here, I can make it work with the pulse. Simple. Easy. Just keep on pulsing. Keep the damage out there for my teammates. And I've had a build like this a long time ago. But now I got the perfect pulse, I can use it that way. As you can see, 5.3 seconds. So, we use the Gilligard mask. Easy. 100% pulse haste. There we go. Skill haste mod in the slot. Even better. Now, we come to the backpack where I can get the damage out, because if I need to, I can put a pulse on that shotgun, get opportunistic out, get even more damage out for me and my teammates on this shotgun. And it's got NSYNC. So that's how I get that extra damage out. And then if I wanted to, I could switch to this one right here and get the perfect NSYNC. But now that they gave us the perfect spotter, hey look, I got more armor, and I can go skill haste right here, and get the spotter out on the players. So not only am I going to get opportunistic, I'm going to get the perfect spotter for myself, and I get all this extra skill haste and extra armor on the build. Gives me more survivability. But y'all sit here and think that only shields work. So like I showed you, 5.3, and I'll show you a part later on where I can get it down to 5 seconds. And then I got Grupo right here, the extra crit hit damage. Now, I have only had this one piece. I haven't really messed with it for too long, but look, I got crit hit damage, I got weapon damage, I got skill haste. I've still got my crit hit damage, my multiplicatives for damage to armor right here. If I wanted to, I could go put a Badger Tough on here, go for crit chance, crit damage. I could take the Foxes off, get that multiplicator off, and go for something else, even get more skill haste out of this build. And then I can throw a drone on, and it would do damage, keeping the NSYNC procced. Or I could just use a defender drone, and I'll show you all that later on, and I could still get the proc. No damage required, 0 damage, and I could still get NSYNC to go every 5 seconds. Then you see 5.3. Yeah, radius, I got cone size, charge speed, nothing really helps except for radius, but I've got skill haste right here. If I drop this down, oh my god, I go to 0.2 seconds more, but I get more duration of the pulse on top of you. So I get to keep you pulsed longer for an extra second versus losing 0.2 seconds. Here, let's go show you some stuff. Take this skill haste off. And you see we can set this up, get this target for closer, and we'll even go for elite. There we go. Everything should be set up. And we'll just show the test subject right off the bat, because we got perfect one. Pulse. Oh look, we got all the damage. I killed him before the NSYNC went away. And almost hit for 500,000 in bullet. And I don't even have maxed out weapon damage or crit damage on this. The thing about that, I can still hit for 500k. Oh, and then I just pull out my shotgun. And yeah, I've got the laser pointer on the side of this, but I could take that off if I wanted to and go for crit damage or crit chance on the side. And look, I'm still hitting for 500k on a shotgun per bullet. And I'm still getting my NSYNC, and I just stalled my drone. I can keep the drone damage going like that and get the damage on the drone. So not only that, I can get more damage on you too by using a drone. Yeah, you can hit me with a jammer pulse, but I'll get my pulse back even faster. So I don't have to do the damage with the drone. I could even just put a defender drone on. But you can see we're hitting for 32k right there on the drone. That's extra damage, and then I shoot it a few times and boom. Watch this, drone's gonna go right up. 44,000 right there. So there's no need to nerf the shield. Like I said, but you guys only thought, oh, it's just an easy way to get the shield. I never needed a shield. Never needed it. I could have got it out this way. But y'all were too dumb to think that, oh, there's only one way. It's the easy way to get it out. I could still get it out right now. I could take this build in there and be fine. So let's clear this assault drone off, and let's show you the defender drone, because I can even get it that way. Because everybody wants to run a defender drone. Okay. Let's set this thing up. No damage. Damage reduction. That's not bad. 15% damage reduction in the dark zone. Okay. Oh, look. There's the in-sync proc. Oh, look. I got full in-sync again. Oh, wait. My in-sync's gone? Oh, okay. From that little drone? I can't get it anymore? Oh, okay. Fine. Well, I just got all this skill haste. Let's just pop a pulse. Oh, but that's no skill damage, right? Yeah. I can still get it out this way. No skill damage needed. And so y'all were mad about not getting it down to 5 or something like that. Okay, well here, let's just put on a piece of hand of you. Let's get that extra skill tier. Let's get that skill haste out there, right? Let's knock this thing down to 5.1. That looks good, don't it? Perfect 5 seconds. Yeah, I lose some damage. But look, every 5 seconds I can pulse. I get it right back. I pulse. 5 seconds. Hey, how long does in-sync last? Oh yeah, 5 seconds. Yeah.
And for you, sir, your dicks.
Oh yeah, and there's other people who still think that Pestilence works with the strikers because of the striker gamble with the chest piece. Okay, I'm not going to get any extra damage from my backpack because I can't get tags in here. So there's no extra damage. We are literally relying on the gamble with this. So let's stack this thing up. And you see, okay, so that's a few extra shots, but you see I lose those stacks on the gamble down there, but the numbers don't drop down or go up any higher. So the damage goes up because I'm getting more stacks of my Pestilence. So a lot of y'all were mistaking that, thinking that was the damage. No, we're talking about the green bar down there. You see I'm stacking up right there? That's the green bar right down here that we're talking about. Not the Pestilence tick of having more ticks on the thing, okay? So to test that, we'd have to get full stacks and full green stacks. So let's try to get this to transfer over so we can keep the damage going. And I think it's at full stacks over there. But we don't have full strikers, so we have to get full strikers. But if you noticed, none of the tick damage is actually changing as I go up in damage. So let's make sure we get full stacks on a tick. So it should transfer over, and we're going to try to keep that going so we can fully demonstrate this. There it is. Full stacks. 521. Now you notice my gamble is going down. The damage should be going down, right? 521. Nothing. Now that's on health. That's not on armor. Okay, so it may go up because it's hitting armor because we have more armor damage. So you see it's hitting a red. That's health. 521. Let's see if we can get it over here to armor line. 490, 553. So there's the armor, 553. And you see it's ticking away, but as the gamble goes down, it doesn't change. So that's a clear indicator that the tick does not affect by the gamble at all.
No, 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 no. No, 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 hell no, 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 I refuse, no, no.
Now, another thing is I'm holding off on this one because I said I was going to hold off. The True Patriot. Now, it does state right here that it says equal to their total health and armor. Now, this is bugged. I did notice about this, but I was going to release it for this video because this is a bug. Like just some of the other things. These are things that are wrong, things that have been misled, some things that are just bugged in the system. Now, I'm using my True Patriot one. So this here is a bug issue. Now, we could go all reds, but we would lose the explosive damage. We could go more blue, and it would give more explosive damage. So I'm going to demonstrate that here. So as you can see, we've got this. It's too strong for that purple, so let's set it on this yellow, which has more armor, and then we'll explode it and see what it does to the reds. Okay, there's full flags. You see we almost killed all the red completely away. Now that's with 2 blues. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch to this version, which is full blue. Okay, I just went back, re-rolled it. Everything's still the same. We've got all blue on here. So this here should hit for 2.5, while the other one hit for 1.5 in explosive damage. Now that's a mil more in explosive damage, but if you're not got a lot of targets nearby, it's not really going to help for the explosives. Yep, there it is. 2. Almost 2.5 mil. As you can see, we killed the reds. So that helps out because they have health, they have armor. But it also depends on how much armor and health you have. So you could even trade out like this one piece I have for Badger Tough and go for, say, Seska for your chest piece because you have the Uzina for total armor and get more explosive damage out of it. But the best build is going to be a 3x3. So 3 blues, 3 reds. That way you're not wasting the explosives if the enemies aren't nearby, and you're able to get the more weapon damage out. So you can see one more time, I'll show you. So the more blue armor you have, yes, the higher the explosive. But again, you don't want to waste it because if they're not nearby, you wasted that explosive. And you see we killed them out for almost 2.5. So again, the best is a 3x3. So when we're set it up, you want it to look more like this. And again, you can trade this Badger Tough for a piece of Seska, or not Seska, but 511. And that 511 would give you more health, which would give your explosive more damage as well. Because the Uzina is going to give you total armor. So that way you could get that extra explosive damage out and not have to get out more armor as well. Because again, even though it says their total health and armor, it's glitched out to where it's also based on yours as well. So you want to still be more tanky to give them more explosive, but again, if they're not nearby, you're wasting that explosive.
Emotional damage!
Now, when it comes to Oxidizer builds, you guys totally misunderstood exactly everything I said. The Hannah U and this Providence chest with the Force Multiplier is the strongest Oxidizer build you can have. So using the 3-piece Empress is not good unless you are going to use tech support. Now, if you're using it in player or versus player, you have to use the combined arms because again, you want that extra damage when you shoot a player because you're probably not going to kill the player. So your best setup is this one in PvP. Now, if you're going to do PvE and you're going to use tech support, by all means, 3-piece Empress is just as good. But if you want the max amount of damage, you have to run with the 2-piece Hannah U, the Providence chest piece, Petrov gloves, and the Overlord knee pads. So this is how you get the max, and I mean like literally the max amount of damage out. So we got the shotgun for the damaged armor, damage target out of cover. So you see we're hitting for like 720 something or other. And yeah, we get the max amount of damage. And as it transfers over, we switch it back and we lose out on the damage. And there you go. Now you potentially could run and get you, say, 3-piece Empress for the mask, the backpack, and trade out the holster, and then get, say, combined arms or tech support on this, and still have the Providence chest piece and have near the same amount of damage, but you will be missing out on about 20% damage when it transfers over from the holster. Okay, now again, you could even do like a Wyvern and do like a 3-piece Empress like I'm setting up right here. Now, don't mind this status effect damage right here because that doesn't help it, but we're just putting that on. So you could have it look like this and get near the same amount of damage without having any trade-off from the holster, but you still will lose damage. Because you see we're hitting like 720 something. Now you see we hit this target. Well, lost their armor. My bad. I didn't shoot in time. So we'll reset that. But that's not bad. 528 on the bottom side. And about 6, I think we saw 6 something or other. Yeah, 685. So we're here for 720 versus 685. So again, not the max amount of damage. Do you get survivability? Yeah, because you're not running the perfect glass. Are you missing out on the waveform? Oh, most definitely. But if you want to run the waveform to get that extra 20% out when it transfers back over, now you can't put in 3-piece Empress unless you trade off that Wyvern for the chest piece. which can be done, but you'll never get the max because you're also missing out on combined arms because you'd have to run tech support. So there's multiple ways to run it. But if you're going to run the 3-piece Empress, you lose out on 25 for the backpack. You lose out on, or 5 on the backpack because you're running tech support versus combined arms. Perfect. And you're losing out on 5 from not using the perfect glass versus using regular glass. So that's a total of 10% on average and multiplicative as well as for those pieces to lose out on damage. So no matter what you do, you lose damage by not running the 2-piece Hannah U and the Providence to get the max out of your Oxy. So again, if I were to put this holster on, well, now I'd have to run 2-piece Empress right here and then run an Empress back here, but then I lose the perfect combined arms. Oh, but I could trade that for tech support. Okay, then I could run the 3-piece Empress because I could run the chest piece, the backpack, and the mask. Okay, but that also means I have to get a kill. If I'm playing with multiple players and they get the kill, not me, well, then I lost out on tech support. So again, is it the best? No. Is it a great setup? It's decent. But if I want to run that Providence chest piece to get the most damage out with this, and that piece right there, this Empress becomes useless. So I have to run the Hannah U to get that extra skill damage out, right? So that's why the 2-piece Hannah U and the Providence chest piece with the gloves and the knee pads is the strongest damage, which is why I will still say it is the best, because Oxy, you got to get those kills as fast as possible. So not always is running the tech support the best, but if you're going to run tech support, yes, I say run you 3-piece Empress, mask, backpack, and chest piece, glass cannon, and tech support, and you'll get close to this type damage. Now, these 2 weapons are great for the bleed build that I gave you for ongoing directive, but you will lose a lot of bullet damage. And because a lot of them get suppressed by LMGs, you don't want to lose that much damage. Now, they both give the same amount of crit chance and the same amount of crit damage, as you can see right here. But one has a lot faster fire rate, and you get just as good. So, do you want the bullet damage, or do you want to kill things faster? Which is why I still say the military RPK is the best, but the GR9 is decent. Now we come to visual bugs. Like, devs, seriously, I could put anything on this gun, but it doesn't show up. Like, for instance, if I want to put my manhunt on here, look at this. Nothing. Doesn't change. Like, y'all need to come in here and fix this thing. Badly. Also, another weapon I found, and I'm still looking for several of these, but as you look here, this is the petroglyph. But I want you to look at this, the Nevermore. Now, I'm not going to say change this one. Please don't change this one. This looks sick on this. I love this design. It looks beautiful. It blacked out kind of chrome, but that's not an M1A. This is an M1A. I love the way this one makes it look. I wish there were more like this, but please, you know, some of these need to be fixed. Just like this, the knee pads on Heartbreaker. I can go put a gear die slot, but I cannot change its appearance. Even if I put the gear die on, look, it doesn't change the appearance. No matter what I do, it does not change it. There are so many of these bugs that I'm still finding of different pieces that the devs have not fixed or patched. Like, no matter what I do on this, it doesn't fix it. So there's still tons of visual and audio bugs, things like that. There's just so many bugs in this game.
Golf clap? Golf clap.